welcome to another episode of Afro Scientific Spirituality. My name is Evan West. If this is your first time on the channel, you are highly welcome. This is a place where we separate the facts from the fiction, the science from the superstition, and the concept from the misconceptions about African spirituality. Today, I am going to be talking about a very important topic. This is the issue of ancient inter-tribal slavery in West Africa, and I'll be using the case study of Nigeria, and I'll be focusing on the southern part of Nigeria because I am originally from there, and I have experience about this very issue from there. So I'll be using that particular place as a case study because it is what I know and where I grew up from, and what I have been able to experience about this issue of inter-tribal slavery. So this topic was necessitated due to the exchange I had with a commentator on one of the videos, and it's something that has been bothering me for quite some time, and I believe that it has also been bothering a lot of other African people. Today I want us to go into details. This issue of ancient intertribal slavery is based on the foundation whereby a certain tribe will believe or believes that another tribe used to historically be their slaves in the past. That in the ancient time past, by this I mean 500, 1000, 2000 years ago, at a certain particular point in history, that this particular tribe used to be their slaves, and they were subservient to them, and they were viewed as inferior to them. And based on that, in this current modern dispensation, they are still viewing people from that tribe currently as slaves. And so they tend to kind of maltreat those people. They subject those people to different kind of orchestration, tribalism, discrimination, oppression, and repression. This is a very common trend that I have witnessed in Nigeria. As we all know, Nigeria is a very prominent country in West Africa. In fact, I will say that Nigeria practically or literally really controls West Africa. I can say confidently that there will be no West Africa without Nigeria. Nigeria is located as a very peculiar position, place, and it plays a lot of roles in the activities of the whole of West Africa. What affects Nigeria affects the whole of West Africa. So Nigeria have a pivotal role to play in the politics, which is currently playing in the politics of West Africa. So this trend that we have in Nigeria of this ancient intertribal slavery, we also have it all over West Africa as well. Some tribes believe another tribe are historically slaves, so therefore they maltreat people from that tribe. This is something that is going on to this modern day, and it is promoting what I will say black racism, which is translated as tribalism in Africa. The fact that you feel that one tribe feels superior to another tribe is a major problem, and it is part of the reason why we are not moving forward in Africa, why we are not uniting in Africa. So today I want to address this issue on this channel, and I will call it who was a slave, or what is the term slave. Who will say somebody ancestors used to be a slave to another tribe. What really happened back then? I will take the case study first of all for my own tribe and another particular tribe in the southern part of Nigeria. I am from Urhobo, the Urhobo people. southern Nigeria. I belong to the Urhobo people from Delta State. That is where I was born into, but it does not define me. But if you say you want to trace my current origin, where I sprang out from, where my parents are from as a human being in this current dispensation, my parents were Urhobo, so quite naturally, I was born from that extraction. Okay, now these Urhobo people, they are very, very versatile people, and we are close knitted people that is largely closely knitted with other tribes around our vicinity. But we are particularly close to two major tribes. We are particularly close to the Benin people of the ancient Benin Empire and also the Igbo people of the east of Nigeria. So, and I will say there's another tribe called Isoko people, and I will say Isoko are also part of Urhobo, but they just don't want to admit it. They are also part of the Urhobo people. We are also close to the Shekiri people, but for the last 2-3 thousand years, there was the reign of the Benin Empire. The Benin Empire was one of the ancient empires in southern Nigeria that was very, very prominent in their dispensation. And the Benin Empire attracted a lot of other people to read, to come to read, to stay and settle with them. So these people settled with the empire and lived for a particular time with them. But you will find that at a particular point in history, people started migrating from the Benin Empire. People started leaving the empire, trying to go to new places to find out their own land and to stay, just go into the uh, pioneer into the jungle or into a distant place and start living on their own and create their own community and later develop into villages and into cities. There was a reason for this. So, if you trace most of the tribes around the ancient Benin Empire back then, you will discover that most of their neighbors are people that migrated from that empire to start their own villages. Some of them, not all, some of them migrated. So, what was the reason of this is what we are going to find out. Now, the modern day descendants of the Benin people consider that other tribes that used to be neighbors around them were slaves to them, that these people were sort of inferior, they were workers, they have no rights, not the same rights with them, they have no equal treatment with them, that these people that were living, that were not part of their empire, are regarded as slaves. If this is really true, let's look at it. We can relate this issue of what they are thinking to modern day realities. Let's look at America today. We can say that America is the most prominent country in the world, and due to their role that they are playing in the affairs of politics, military might, and directing, controlling the world affairs. So we say that right now, on this our present current dispensation, whether we like it or not, America is the one controlling the world. It is the most powerful empire on the planet right now. Does that mean that the neighbors of America are slaves to America? Does that mean that the Mexico people, the Canadian people, or the Brazilian people, or Panama people, that all the other countries that are not so powerful as America, does that make them slave to America? No, it does not make them slave to America. Okay? This is the same situation that happened in the ancient time in Africa. These are situations whereby you have a very powerful empire that is very big. They have a lot of things going on. They have a articulated mode of a system of doing things. They have good infrastructure. Everything seems to be working well. You have like the Benin Empire, you have the Ifa Empire, you have the Songhai Empire, you have the Nok Empire. From time to time, you see places like this that will sprang up, and it will be like what we have like a modern day country like America, or let's say a country that have come into their own self, that have been able to reach a certain level of civilization, whereby they are now producing and doing a lot of things that attracts people to them, that there's have a lot of opportunities for growth and development. Then you will see people from other countries that don't have such opportunities migrating to go and live there. Just like the same way you see people from Africa migrating to America, people migrating to Europe. Why are African people going to Europe? Because they don't have the kind of opportunities that is available there. They don't have it. If they have it, they will not go there. So these people that are migrating every day, you see refugees tolling on the speedboats into Europe trying to get to America. You see refugees from Haiti, people from Mexico, people going to other. Does that make them slave? They are only going there to get a better life, to get better opportunities, to get opportunities to work. The same thing they are going to do there, they can still do it in their country, but they don't have the opportunities there. There's a lot of competition. So they believe that when they go to these big empires, there will be a lot of opportunities and it will be easy for them to stay there and make a lot of money and send back home. This is why people travel to other countries. This is why people want to go to America, want to go to Europe, want to go to Australia, Canada. They believe there's a lot of opportunities there for them. This does not make them slaves, okay? Does not make them slaves. They are simply migrants. This is how people in the ancient time, people living around these ancient empires in Africa, in Benin, Ifa, Songhai, people that were not so rich, villages or communities or tribes that were not so wealthy like these empires, people from there migrated to these other bigger empires to stay, to work, to make money. This is how many of these people migrated to the Benin Kingdom in the ancient time to stay. Many Urhobo people migrated there. Many Igbo people migrated there. Many local tribes around that were not so rich. People migrate just the way our people are every day running to embassies to get visa, to go to America, to go to Europe. Every day you see a lot of people migrating to go. This is the same way people migrated there to go and stay. Okay, they were not slaves. You can see this thing, the same thing you see in ancient Egypt when the ancient Egyptians were controlling the world. So many people from Europe migrated to ancient Egypt to learn. All the Greek philosophers, Socrates, Aristotle, Strabo, Herodotus, you name it, all of them. In fact, you cannot name one Greek philosopher, Pythagoras and the rest, that did not come to Africa to study. Greek philosophy, Greek wisdom, Greek knowledge is African knowledge. They all came to Africa to study, and the ancient Egyptian people, which were black people, taught them. We teach them, we taught Europe all what they knew. Okay, it doesn't mean that they were slaves. They came to study because they don't have the kind of opportunities that we have back then. They all came to Africa. All Greek philosophers came to study in Africa. When you study in universities, then we tell you that civilization starts from Greece. That is a very big lie. That is a whitewashed lie that racist European academicians want you to know, that Africa does not have anything. They want you to think that everything originated with white people, everything originated with Europeans, so that you can become a fool to them, so that you'll be looking up to them like gods, so that you'll be feeling inferior to them, so that you'll be listening to them. This is a lie that they teach in all the universities in the world, that civilization started from Greece. But when you go into Greece, when you go deeper, you discover that all Greek philosophers came to study in Africa. All the people they are calling their name today, Pythagoras, Strabo, Socrates, Aristotle, Herodotus, and all the list, there are over 1,000 of them. They all studied in Africa. Okay, this is where they got their Greek philosophy from Africa, from African ancestors. It does not make them slave. They migrated, they came to look for work, they came to look for wisdom, they came to look for knowledge to go and improve their own country. The same way people now going to America to study at MIT, to study at Yale, people go to UK to study at Oxford University to get knowledge, to go back to their country, to improve their own land. It does not make them slave. Okay? Back in Western Nigeria, in Southern Nigeria, we have the Benin Empire, we have the Songan Empire, we have the Akan Empire, we have the Neri Empire, we have the Nok Empire. When you have this kind of big places that sprang from time to time at different points in history, people around that were not so wealthy, that were not so powerful, we send their people, we send their children to those places to go and work, to go and make money, to go and get better opportunities at life. So most times you see when we have this kind of big places, you see people migrating there to go and work. Quite normally, when you go to a new country, you are there to kind of hustle. Any kind of work you see, you will do. There are people that were bankers in Nigeria. When they went to Canada and America, they become waiters. They have to do waiter work in the beginning. They have to do a low-level job. Things that they were not expecting to do. These are people that are very, very well vested. But when you go to a new country, sometimes you have to do many jobs to make ends meet before you sprang up. This does not make the person a slave. Okay? It does not make the person a slave. We have the same situation back then in ancient Africa, where people from little villages, little hamlets will migrate to bigger cities, these bigger empires. You see, then they will have to be working there, doing their farming work, doing whatever work they can do back then, whatever local work. If it is carrying things, if it is waiting on somebody, they will do it just to get money and to stay there. This is what happens in life. People migrate to places where they see they can have better chance of living. Okay, that does not make them slave. Okay. So you see now, this kind of things happens, and it happens everywhere. It happens all the time. Currently happening today. Our own people are going to other countries to get better life. They are not slaves. So when we come to the issue of ancient Africa, when certain tribes migrate to a richer tribe to get work, it does not mean that the person is a slave. But you see this mentality today. Many African people carry this mentality that because back in the days, during the time of their empire days, some other tribes came to stay with them. They still say that those people from those tribes are historically their slaves and sort of inferior to them. This is a very wrong thing, and this mentality needs to change. This mentality needs to change. We cannot say because a certain tribe were attached to our ancestors during the time that they were wealthy, they were reigning, that they will forever be your slave. It is wrong. Now things have changed. We cannot look at it like that anymore. Okay? To this day, many Edo people, many Benin people believes that some Urhobo people or some Edo people believe that some Urhobo people were slaves to them. They still have this mentality, but they will not say it to your face, but behind your back they will say it that these people are slaves. These people used to be our slaves. That is a very wrong thing. Some also believe that Igbo people are also slaves to them too, because of the close-knit relationship back then. This is also a wrong thing to say. Then when you come to Urhobo, some Urhobo people also believe that some Ishekiri people were slaves to them too. This is also another wrong thing. We should not look at this like because our people were kind of wealthy in the past, another tribe were not having so much money, like the way our tribe was then, that means that those people are historically slave to us. It's not good. We cannot say they are historically slave to us because our tribe used to be more wealthy than them. It does not work like that. At all. What you are going to say in this case is that there were simply rich and poor neighbors. Okay, we can say that the Benin Empire was historically richer than the neighbors around them at that time. Not everybody can be wealthy at the same time. It is how life is. Okay, during that time, they were like the wealthiest tribe. They have a lot of things going on for them until everything went south after the invasion of the British people. They did a lot of things in the past. There was a good reason or speculations why many of these other tribes that were attached to them left. Part of the reason why many people left Benin was due to the incessant request for human sacrifices. Benin in ancient time was regarded as the land of blood. This was a very spiritual and mystical land. There was a lot of human sacrifices that was done. They were heavily into human sacrifices for the Oba. The Oba was considered as a god. A lot of people were killed during these sacrifices. When they are doing festivals, they demand different people to bring human beings to sacrifice. This was one of the major reasons why other tribes left, because they got tired of bringing people to be sacrificed from time to time. They got tired. Say, no, we cannot do this anymore. We don't know who will be next. It can be my son. I love my son very much. I cannot continue giving people that we love to for human sacrifice and all that. So many people ran away. Other people ran away for other reasons. My whole lineage, I trace originally from Benin. The people that formed my own Urhobo kingdom, we came from Benin. I have Benin blood inside me. We didn't run the people actually migrated. The Benin priest actually migrated to present day Urhobo, Olomu community, and founded that place due to issues back home. So historically, I will consider myself as Benin because our lineage can be traced directly from there. Even my mother's side, my father's side, but today I am Urhobo. Okay, so there are many things that happened in the past that we cannot really pin. But what have happened in the past have happened in the past. We cannot be looking at modern day tribes people today that because maybe your tribe is more wealthier than their tribe back then, that these people therefore are supposed to be your slave or are going to be your slave forever. As a result of that, you will be discriminating against the people. You'll be doing tribalism against the people or oppressing or repressing them. We should not be thinking like this. If we have this mentality, it will only cause more division and tribalism in the country, in the continent. And this is one of the major reasons why we have the problem of tribalism in Africa today. I have seen cases whereby a parent will reject her daughter to get married to a very veritable suitor simply because the suitor was from a tribe that used to be historically slaves to them. I have seen this thing not one, not two times. I have witnessed this many times, whereby a parent, family will say, no, our daughter cannot marry you. You people, you are slaves to us. You are from a slave tribe. Who is to define slavery? Who is a slave? If we look at this, everybody have been a slave to one person at one particular point in time in history. Everybody have always have people that were higher than them, richer than them, more powerful than them at different point in time in history. So who is the real slave? We need to ask ourselves these questions. Okay? So we need to change this mentality. We can see in war today that empires rise, empires fall. There was one certain time Africa was the cradle of civilization. Now we are nowhere to be found. There was one time there was the Greek Empire. They are nowhere to be found. One time you have the Ottoman Empire. They are nowhere to be found. One time you have the Jinx Empire. They are nowhere to be found. Today is the turn of America. America was colonized by Britain. Now Britain is the one taking orders from America. Life changes. Nothing is permanent. Okay? So many people that are having this mentality, most of these people that They are low mentality people, illiterate, semi-illiterate people. In Africa, we still they think that all Urhobo people are slaves to Benin people. These people, they cannot say this to my face. They will not say it to your face. But behind your back, they will be saying these kind of things. They can't say it to your face. You will see many Urhobo people believe that historically, the Chekri people were slaves to Urhobo people. But you cannot say it to their face. Go and say it now. You see the average Chekri man is richer than many Urhobo people today. Can you say it to his face that you used to be slave or you are a slave if you not go to jail for the next 6 or 7 months? So this mentality we need to change. We need to unite. We need to stop using this word that some people are historically slaves to a certain kind of people. We need to stop using it. What we should be saying that this tribe was used to be richer than this other tribe. They were just rich and poor neighbors. It happens. Okay, when a city is rich and things are flourishing, people migrate there, just like the way people are migrating now to Lagos, because they see they have more opportunity in Lagos in Nigeria. I see a lot of people going there to hustle. That does not make them slaves. You see in southern part of Nigeria, you see a lot of these Hausa children, Fulani, coming to southern part to come and do nails, manicure, pedicure, iron damage, carry a lot of things, drive keke, okada, do all sort of menial jobs. Things are bad in their place. But despite the fact that they come here to all, they are not slaves. Okay, they are here to make money. They are migrants. They are not slaves. We should not be using that word. This is how life is. It can change any moment from now. Tomorrow there can be a war. You're thinking you are comfortable. You will become a refugee in your own country. This happens all the times. Recently there was a flood in Nigeria. Right now ongoing. Many people are refugees inside Nigeria. Within a twinkle of an eye, the world can change. So please, we need to change this mentality that some certain people used to be slaves to us. They will be maltreating them. We will be looking down on them. That's not the way it happened. When a place is prospering, people migrate there. Okay, a lot of people migrated to the Benin Empire during that time. A lot of tribes, Ijaw people went there, Urhobo people went there, Igbo went there, Shekri people went there. That does not make them slaves because you have more money than them back then. Now things have changed. Now Benin people are going to abroad to hustle. Do we say the Benin people are slaves? So many Benin people are in Italy, hustling different type of hustling. Are they slaves to the Italians? We should say this today. So we need to change our mentality, please, about this ancient slavery thing. There are some tribes in the East. They say some people are Osu. I am not from there. I cannot really talk on this subject, but it doesn't make sense to me that you say a fellow tribesman like you is an Osu, an outcast. I don't know where that mentality comes from, but it's their problem. I don't want to talk on it. I am not from there. Let people from there talk on that topic. Okay. So, but what I believe is that Africa needs to unite. That ancient slavery mentality is superiority complex. It is what is killing us. It's what is causing intertribal problems. So we need to change this mentality if we are to move on as a people. We need to start looking at things in a different perspective. We need to think of uniting and forgetting about the past. So many wrong things happen and so many historical records were not properly written. So we need to rewrite and correct some mistakes that happened in the past so we can be able to move forward in love, peace, unity, and prosperity and progress as a people. And we can be able to forge ahead and create a good destiny for ourselves. So this is the way I see this topic of ancient intertribal slavery. I would like to know about your own opinions or comments on this topic. It's a very hot topic. And it's so sad that many people still have this mentality in Nigeria in their head. So many people still have it. So we need to find a way to change it by talking about it and reviewing what we really know about the topic and relating it to modern experience. So with that being said, this is what I have for you today. Questions or comments are always welcome. Please like and share this video. If you are interested in learning about the deeper secrets of African spirituality, you can register at my website www.kindoki.net, where I teach African history in depth. Then, if you are interested in doing spell work, consultations, love spell, prosperity spell, and just general consultation. You can also contact me at my number on the screen. I'll be very happy to hear from you. Normally, I don't do this, but it seems some people are not trying to use my channel to scam people. They are putting their own phone numbers under my channel. So I need to be putting my own information on the screen. If you really want to contact me, don't go to them. I don't know them. You see my information on the screen. So I'll be putting my phone number and my contact information on the screen. At least I can't wipe that one off. So I'll be doing that for now to discourage those people from doing those kind of things. So this is how we are going to be doing it for now. So I wish you a very wonderful day. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Take care and bye. Peace.